there's no other way of looking at this. When we say, can anyone seriously justify the riots in Southport, just give us your overview on what you saw here. 0344 499 1000. What kind of depraved creature would hijack a memorial for dead children with a riot? It's almost beyond comprehension. Until you realise, of course, that these are moronic extremists with the intellectual capacity of a lobotomized chimpanzee. These are not bright people. They're also not nice people. The idea that some beers and a scrap with the old Bill to sort this one out was just too seductive to ignore for this lot. Forget dead people, dead children. We'll just pretend we're going on their behalf somehow. This is the mentality we are dealing with. And the sort of influencers of these people, if we can look at it like that, will claim it's what happens when there's real anger. No, this is what happens when you don't have a brain. It's as simple as that. Thumping your chest and calling yourself a patriot doesn't give you a get-out-of-jail-free card. It makes it worse. True patriots don't do stuff like this. But the police aren't telling us the full story, claim the boneheads. Since when is it the police's duty to update the bottom end of the gene pool about a live, ongoing investigation? Can somebody explain that to me, please? That's not how we function here. I've said this about every single moment where somebody is kicked off. Remember the London riots, 2011. Remember what happened outside the police station because of Manchester just a week or so ago. That isn't how it works. You don't turn up at a cop shop and say, I demand justice. Yeah, so we all demand justice. What do you think, you're meant to come round to your house? Excuse me, sir, I've come to dispense some justice for you. This is where we're at, and this is what we're doing. No, we have a system in place. We have a system in place where somebody is interviewed by the police for a certain crime. They are either released or they are charged, and when they're charged, they go to court, and the court decides in front of, usually with serious cases, a jury, and we kind of take it from there. We don't go, oh, look, something's happened. Let's all have a pylon down at the cop shop, or let's have a pylon at a wake for children who have been brutally stabbed to death, and others still fighting for their life. But when you read the kind of social media response to this stuff, it's sort of laughable. We see this kind of... I understand when people talk about two-tier policing, there are myriad ways you can find examples of what you think are two-tier policing. Why did they come out for the bloke down the road when his cat went missing? Didn't come out for me when my mobile phone got stopped. We can keep playing that one. And, of course, there are areas of life. We saw it with some of the protests, the sort of anti-Israeli protests and the almost the what appeared to be a hands-off approach. I understand the policing reasons, but the idea that this is somehow a policy, two-tier policing, we're not being told the truth. Well, how would you know if you're not being told the truth? The truth will only come out in a subsequent court case, right? Can anyone seriously justify those riots? 0344 499 1000. Couple of dozen or more police officers injured here. The place looks like a mess. And the locals in that area, as if you haven't got enough to deal with when your community has been brutalised by this level of fatal violence perpetrated on young children. 0344 499 1000. What is that thing we're not being told? What does that even mean? And does that suppose then that it says to me that what you're looking for is a certain answer, and that certain answer will confirm what you think you already believed anyway. Blah, blah, blah.